Hello and welcome everyone to Fox Sports Live. I'm Hunter Smith, and while this is more so an issue of convenience, it does become a matter of student safety at night. And we are at Lupton Stadium as TCU is set to host the Stephen F. Austin Lumberjacks. We had an exciting weekend of baseball, both college and major league, and we have our top plays of the weekend coming up. That's right, Frog fans. For the first time since 1998, TCU basketball is going to the dance. The storyline of this season has been TCU has not been able to put together a complete game. Patterson has always said, you give me a veteran secondary, I'm going to cause some problems for people. Sure. And they did it against Mason Rudolph, and I think they're going to do it again this week. TCU baseball has made 4 straight College World Series appearances. However, as we head into the final stretch of the season, that streak looks to be in jeopardy. Well, we're going to take a short break, and when we get back, we have the NCAA National Championship. It's finally here, and our top plays of the week. Thanks, Chuck. TCU getting the bats going early in this one, scoring 7 runs within the first 4 innings. So the fact that just jumping into the top 25, that hype I don't think is there anymore, so it's given them time to cool down and refocus. Hey everyone, I'm Hunter Smith for Fan Media. TCU taking on SMU this weekend in the battle for the Iron Skillet. Now this is a textbook definition of a trap game because TCU is clearly the more talented team, but is also taking on Oklahoma State next weekend in Stillwater. SMU has only one real threat on offense, and that's wide receiver Cortland Sutton. If TCU can shut him down, then they shut down the entire Mustang offense. I think TCU will keep him double covered with a corner and then safety over top. For TCU's offense, I think they continue to run the ball and control the clock. Kenny Hill's completing 72% of his passes so far this season, and I think a large part of that is the new emphasis on the run game. Now SMU is going to come out with all the tricks in the book. They have everything to gain, nothing to lose in this game, but I think when the dust settles, the Horned Frogs is going to be hoisting the Iron Skillet once again in a 49-17 win. He's become a household name at TCU, but before arriving to Fort Worth, this linebacker wasn't always going after quarterbacks. Ty Summers was playing quarterback.
Rice was the first school to offer me, and they told me if I had a good year, they would end up letting me have the chance to play quarterback. But other than that, schools like, Ivy League schools.
For Summers, the goal wasn't so much to play quarterback, but the chance to compete at a high level.
Heck, I played nose tackle. If I got to play at a Big 12, SEC, whatever the Power 5 level that we have, we compete against here at TCU, I'd be willing to play anything.
While Summers had little experience at linebacker, he felt his style of play gave him a starting point for the transition.
It was difficult, but if you ask anyone that watched me play quarterback, I wasn't just a typical quarterback. I played physical, and so I started out just bringing that physical nature. That's all I really had to start with.
TCU football head coach Gary Patterson has often taken athletes who've played quarterback and moved them to different positions.
One of the reasons I've always liked quarterbacks and running backs because that's usually where coaches put their best players because it's going to touch the ball the most.
How to make guys miss when I'm running the ball, how to read defensive ends and linebackers when I'm handing it or keeping it, things of that nature. That's always kind of in my mind when I'm out there playing linebackers. I kind of have an idea what certain tendencies quarterbacks have just because I did it myself.
At quarterback, Summers says he had to know all the responsibilities of everyone on offense and says it's more of the same on the defensive side.
So I've got to know what the defensive line is doing to be able to play the run, to know which gap I'm responsible for. And then when it comes to pass, I need to know exactly what the safeties and corners are doing. That way I know what my pass responsibility is. Pretty much the same thing, just on the opposite side of the ball.
Leadership and communication are 2 key skills Summers developed while under center.
So that being said, I'm always have to make sure I'm turning around to the safety, communicating with them, and then also communicating to the defensive line, giving them the strength call, which way we're slanting, things of that nature. So I feel like as the linebacker, I'm also out there having to communicate to the whole defense as well as the quarterback when I had to communicate to the entire offense.
Hunter Smith, TCU Sports Now. And a big moment here in the fourth, Moore at the line, misses the free throw but hustles in for the loose ball, ultimately saving the possession. That would lead to this play right here. Holiday to Moore, out to Rondo for the baseline 3, and that would be the dagger. Earlier this month, Horned Frogs were excited to be back in the NCAA tournament for the first time since 1998. But men's basketball suffered an early exit with a 57-52 loss to Syracuse on Friday. While the first round exit is not what TCU was hoping for, the team is keeping their heads up. Head coach Jamie Dixon says, "I think for us, the positive is what we've done. We haven't been to the tournament in 20 years, as people have reminded us as I spoke about our seniors. They came to a place that hadn't been there, so it's a special thing to break a 20-year drought." For now, Dixon says he is focusing on recruiting for the next season. I'm Hunter Smith for Fox Live, and that's all we have for you.